Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is get Laravel downloaded and running. And there are a couple of things that we need to get set up before we do this. The first thing is you'll need PHP. So you'll need to make sure you have PHP running locally. And the next thing that we need to be able to do is grab the Laravel installer. And this varies between different platforms. So you'll just want to follow the instructions over on the Laravel documentation to get this working. So to create a new project, we're going to use the global Laravel installer. Now you will need Composer downloaded, and I'll leave a link for that in the course links if you don't have that already. And to check that you have that installed, you just want to go ahead and run Composer on your local machine. So once you've got a local PHP server, local PHP installation working, and you have Composer, you're good to go. The next thing we want to do is run the require command globally for Laravel installer. And then depending on your platform, you'll need to make sure that this is accessible in the command line. So I've already gone ahead and done this. And as we can see, when I run Laravel, I have the Laravel installer installed just here. And that's going to help us boot up a new application. So let's go ahead and now that we've got everything that we need, create a new project. So to do this, we just use Laravel new, and then we just type in the name of our project. So I'm going to just call this Laravel Basics just to keep things simple. And what's happening here is Laravel will start to pull down all of its dependencies. It will pull down its base scaffolding, and it will get everything set up for you. So you can open that in your editor and start looking around. Let's just wait for this to finish, and then we will boot Laravel up so we can view it in the browser. Okay, so now that's finished, you should be able to go into the directory that you've just created. In this case, it's Laravel Basics, and you should be able to open this up in your text editor. And in the next part, we'll have a really good look around all of these directories, just so we're familiar with everything that's listed in here. Now, as well as that, we want to go ahead and run this on a local PHP server. Like I said, you can use other methods to do this, but when you just start to play around with Laravel and you just want to get to grips with the basics, using a local PHP server is a lot easier. So to do this, we're going to use the Artisan console, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But effectively, Laravel has what's called the Artisan console command set. So when we run PHP Artisan, you can see there's a huge amount of commands here that allow us to do things within the Laravel framework just by running a command. So this makes our development workflow a lot easier. Most of the commands that you'll use here are the make commands, but we'll take a look at them a little bit later and see how they work. For now though, if we just scroll up, you can see that we've got this serve command, which serves the application on the PHP development server. So PHP has a built-in development server, and if we run PHP Artisan and then use the serve command, that will start this up on localhost port 8000 by default. So if we head over to the browser and give this a refresh, sure enough, we have a Laravel installation ready to go. So now that we have Laravel up and running, let's go over to the next part and take a look around the directory structure.